Okay, how you doing, guys? We are unveiling a product, an agro estate called Adaba Coconut Farm and Resort here in Ogun State, very close to Lagos State, right? And I'm here with the CEO of the company that is pioneering this, right? I want him to speak to you and tell you about the resort and how you come in. So let's meet you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Dr. Kazim Yekinin, the MD of Casfeed and the brain behind Adaba Coconut Farm and Resort. First thing first, to know about Casfeed, we are a real estate development firm. We have products in Lagos, Ogun State, and Oyo State. Part of the products are houses. In fact, we've delivered some where people are living already, while we have another project going on in Abidjan, and we have land in Ibejuleke as well. This one is our agro aspect where we strictly plant coconut, and the reason for that is because of the potential of coconut to yield high return, meaning that we have you in mind. The reason for investment is not for fun but to achieve high return on investment. And to get the best from any investment, you have to engage in critical analysis. That's what we have done, and it is the reason why we are coming up with Adaba Coconut Farm and Resort. Now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, there's a gap in terms of coconut supply. In fact, we rely on neighboring countries like Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and Cotonou to have coconut in the country. And Nigeria spent more than 30 billion naira to import coconut from those countries last 2 years. That's a huge one for us, and it is one of the drivers, the reasons why we consider going into, because we are not just coming to plant coconut, but to offer the best alternative solution, so that instead of Nigeria to spend money to enrich other countries, we can bring it to us and have the coconut within the country. That's number one. Secondly, we are selling per acre to you for 3.7 million naira. And based on our findings, what we can plant on 1 acre for effective growth and management is 60 coconuts. And one coconut can give us minimum of 200 coconuts per annum. Meaning that if you multiply 200 coconut by 60, you get 12,000 coconut. Based on finding also, the price of coconut on the street is between 1,000 to 2,500. We will be selling in bulk, so we are benchmarking our selling price for one to be 500 to 1,000. So if you are selling one for 500 and you are selling 12,000 coconut from 1 acre, that will give us 6 million, right? Then if you are selling one for 1,000 and we are selling 12,000 coconuts from 1 acre, that will give us 12 million. That's why the projected return from 1 acre, which will cost you 3.7 million, is between 6 to 12 million. However, depending on the economic reality, because as of today, that's actually what is obtainable. There are chances that it could be higher, but we don't want to come up with bogus promises that will scare you. But it is what it is. Coconut has potential to change the narrative for anyone. Now, what is our own benefit? Because after collecting that 3.7 million from you, which is a pre-launch offer, we're not asking you for anything again in terms of management for the next 4 years, because the harvesting period is from the 5th year, and that's when you start earning money. So what's our benefit? We are charging 30% management fee from the proceed, not from your pocket, but from the proceed, right? Meaning that, let's take for instance, let's look at a figure that is very straightforward. Let's say the expectation in terms of return is 10 million from 1 acre from the 5th year. So by the time we levy 30% against that, what you're going home with as net will be 7 million. That's just to share a very clear information regarding that. Then for you who is interested in investing, you'll be thinking, what are the risks involved? One of the risks involved is that if you don't work on a land suitable for the product, you might regret doing that. So we were detailed in research regarding the location in Owode. That's number one. The land we're using is very suitable for it. Another thing is that we liaise with the Ministry of Agriculture until we got their go-ahead. We didn't do anything. The place we are using presently is based on the go-ahead we got from the Ministry of Agriculture in Ogun State. That's number two. Then in terms of protection of the crops, it has insurance cover. So our insurance company, there are two. One is the broker. The broker is Global T, while the company that covers the product itself is Unitrust. So Fear nothing. To get the best from this investment opportunity, I want to advise you look beyond 1 acre. Because if you are looking at 1 acre, your expectation in terms of return is limited to 6 to 12 million. But if you invest in 100 acres, that will cost you 370 million. The expectation is 6 million times 100, right? Now, one of the questions you may have is, you guys are quoting all these prices that this is what, how do you intend to be selling? In terms of the supply within the country, there's a gap. And that's why Nigeria rely on other countries to meet. We are not able to meet the gap, despite having coconuts from other countries, but at least to an extent. And that is making us to enrich other countries. So there is a market for coconut already. Then globally, we can also explore international markets. There are a lot of factories, industries that are making use of coconut. We have coconuts in most of the beaches. Nobody seems to ask questions where they're getting it from. We have coconuts in most of the supermarkets. 3 out of every 5 traders on the street, they sell coconut. And nobody is asking where they're getting it from. So there was an interview I conducted with somebody around Lagos Business School. In that area, they sell coconuts, they sell corn. But the surprise thing is that this lady bought close to 100 coconuts, and in less than 4 days, she told me she always exhausts the sale. She always exhausts it. I said, but you're not the only person selling in this area. We have about 50 people selling coconuts in, and despite that, the rate at which people consume coconut is massive. And I think the reason is not far-fetched. Coconut has health benefits. The shell can be used to make charcoal, and looking at the global worth of charcoal, more than 6 billion US dollar. Then the husk can be used to make ropes. They can use the husk to make mats, brushes, and all that. Not to talk of the coconut water, the coconut oil. If you go to any supermarket and ask for any product made with coconut, they are always expensive than any other. See, watching this video, I think I congratulate you and I thank God for you, because you may not come across this many times, but the fact that you are watching it, that means you are the chosen one. God is saying something that you should invest. If you have children you intend to send to the Harvard of this world, just invest one in their name. It will foot their bill and they can compete with anyone globally. You know, the quality of education you give your child determines the quality of network they build. So if you wanted to have that access, invest some acres in their name to foot the bill of their education. They won't stress you. And if you're working now and you are planning to retire to wealth, just invest in some acres. In terms of ownership, you own the land because we are going to confer that with you through the legal document. And the coconut, you also own it because we are planning it, we are planting it for you, and we are managing it, making everything to be seamless. All you do is to earn returns. But if you don't make a smart move, you'll be denied of the returns. The people that will have access to earn from this investment opportunity are those who make that move. Thank you.
So yeah, you heard from the horse's mouth. So you know what to do. Send me a DM and we'll take it up from there. I'll see you guys in my next content.